Hello guys, how you doing? So, sorry about the last video that I did. That would be the Super Turtles video, which had this DVD in it, which in Japanese comes out to being called Super Turtles, which is Ninja Turtles anime. Sorry about the sound quality. Yes, I know. I need a new system, and I'm working on it. I will get one soon. But right now, this is what I have. So this is what I use. And, I can still make videos and all that stuff. It's just I don't really have that much equipment here to edit with. So, you gotta take what you can get at times. So, we are going to move on to going back to one of the old Q&A formats. So, let's look at what some people have said or asked. And let's do some answering. Thorane Y said, "Thanks for answering my question, Chris. You rock." Okay, well, you're very welcome. Stone Cold 1988 had two things to say. First thing was, love that chick, and he's talking about when I interviewed Ciara Hanna. The lovely, beautiful Ciara Hanna. She's very funny. She's really sweet. She's very nice and all that. So he said, love that chick. Who doesn't? Everybody loves Ciara. But then he also said, "Hey, yo, Andros, I agree with you at 4:45, man." Okay, so he's talking about my Q&A video, the one called Q&A, and it goes on forever. In that, at about 4:45, I was talking about when I was on the show, or actually when I was no longer on the show, and they said that in the storyline, the Lost Galaxy team had Andros' spaceship, and I was saying that seems really stupid to me. That was a really... that did not make any sense, because there's no reason why my character would have parted with his spaceship. That's how he gets around. That's kind of duh. So anyway, Stone Cold 1988 said, "Hey, yo, Andros, I agree with you at 4:45, man." I like that he called me Andros. And I'll say this shit again. First in Space was definitely my favorite series out of all of this, and was bummed out like a motherfucker when you and the rest of the Space Rangers didn't come back for the entire Lost Galaxy series. Anyway, at 4:45, fuck that shit. Being that the ship was Andros's, I sure as hell wouldn't have let other fools take that either. I thought it was cool when you came back in Lost Galaxy, however, to fight the Psychos once more, and got to see the Astro Megazord once more. You're fucking awesome, brother. In space forever. Let's rock it. Thank you, Stone Cold 1988. You are badass. You're very cool. Thank you. Kazama 2987, who is actually secretly Lord Tristan. I know this because he signed it as Lord Tristan. Said, Yukimura, this is also in reference to the Super Turtles anime video. Yukimura is mostly likely a reference to Yukimura Sanada, who was a general in Takeda. He wrote down Takada, and now it's Takeda. Believe me, Lord Tristan, I know exactly who Yukimura Sanada was. Was a general in the Takeda army during the Warring States period of Japanese history. As far as I know, he wasn't a dick, but that part may have been left out of the history books. On a side note, however, in a bunch of video games and anime or two, he is voiced by Johnny Young Bosch. That I was not aware of. But, yes, I am fully aware of who Yukimura Sanada was, and history does state that he was, in fact, not a dick. He was a very courageous, heroic young man. So I highly doubt that's who they were trying to say, that the ghost, the spirit that just kept going like an asshole. I highly doubt it was supposed to be him. But I appreciate you throwing that little tidbit of information out there, Lord Tristan. You're awesome. I'm actually getting a message right now. Yes, I was just getting a text message from a friend of mine, Scott Zillner, and some of you may know who he is, and if you don't know who he is, shame on you. Shame on you. Find out who he is, because you need to know who that guy is. And I'll tell you a little bit after I finish up going over these last few messages and stuff. So, also, regarding the Super Turtles video, the next two were both about that. Jason T. Scott West says, "The audio, my poor ears." Yes, I know. I am very sorry about that. I know. That was all my fault. That wasn't... Danny and Shayla, they didn't come out too loud. It was just me. Funky Fresh says, you guys need a new webcam or something because every time you guys raise your voices, it would screech. And Power Rangers in Space commentary, please. Funky Fresh has actually mentioned that several times, and I'll get to that in a few moments. But yes, again, going back to the webcam or something. Yeah, I know. Sorry. MGen Strange, who I haven't heard from in quite a while, says, hey Chris, I'm aware that Beast is your favorite comic book character. For the record, he's my favorite X-Men character and one of my favorite Marvel characters. Why is Beast your favorite comic book character, and what do you think about Wolverine? Why is Beast my favorite comic book character? I love the Beast because of the duality of the character. Pretty much everything that he is at odds with what else he is. He is the brains of the group, but he's also one of the brawn of the group. He's sweet and gentle and kind, but it has the potential, due to his his physical abilities as well as his mental abilities, to be probably one of the more deadly people on the planet, simply because he knows how to take people down. If he can't do it by sheer strength or sheer agility, then he'll find some way to do it. Whether it's a laser gun or something, I don't know. I mean, unless it's the Hulk, he could find a way to take you down. That's how great his brain is. He's one of the top brains in Marvel Comics. Always has been. So I don't know. I love him because of how he's a double threat. He's not just super strong and super physical. He's also super brainy. But that's not even a superpower of his. He just happens to be insanely intelligent, ridiculously intelligent. His strength and his agility are super enhanced. And while we were at Long Beach Comic Con, somebody brought it up to me, and then Daryl, my friend, jumped in on it. They were saying, "So, what did you think about the fight that they did with Goliath versus Beast?" And I was like, "I don't know. I didn't know anything about it," which I don't. I haven't seen it. But they said, "Yeah, Goliath kicked the shit out of him." And I was like, that doesn't seem like it would really happen. They're like, "Oh yeah, why not? Because Goliath totally outclasses him in every way." No, he does not. He really doesn't. He can fly, sure, and the Beast can't fly. Yeah, but they were saying well, Goliath can lift 3 tons. Yeah, the Beast, according to Marvel Comics, according to Marvel statistics, he can lift over 10 tons. 10 is more than 3. If he punches almost anybody, they should go into a low Earth orbit. When you've got 20,000 pounds of pressure coming from your fist going to somebody else's face, that's gonna do it. Yeah. And also, I tried to bring up the fact that it was okay, like I said, Goliath has the flight, but one of the Beast's super powers is super agility. He doesn't have Captain America level of agility, which Captain America's agility level is peak human physical capabilities. So whatever the greatest normal human being on the planet can do, Captain America can do. Right. But the Beast has superhuman agility. He literally dodges bullets while he fights. And that's why I personally think that in hand-to-hand combat, he's the best fighter on the team. Not Wolverine. Wolverine is not the best hand-to-hand fighter. All he does is snick, snick, here's the claws, and then he starts slashing at everything. That's not a fighting style. The Beast is literally doing flips in the air, 400 of them, dodging laser blasts. That's pretty damn good. Nightcrawler has, basically, he has the same level of agility that Captain America does, with a leaner, thinner body. So he's also insanely agile, but he also has the whole BAMF teleportation thing, which, that gets him out of trouble. But the Beast has such a high level agility that I can't imagine anybody actually being able to land a hit on him. That's the thing. So then the second part of the question was, why, no. What do you think of Wolverine? I don't care for Wolverine. I'll tell you why. it's not because the character is bad. He's not a bad character. He's a one note character. He doesn't have anything else beyond claws. That's it. That's all he does. You know, if there's, and by that I mean if there's any kind of problem put in front of him, that's his solution. Pop the claws and just slash and swipe at shit. That's his answer to everything. So he's a one note character. And beyond that, you know, if you look beyond his physical, you know, what he's capable of doing, his retarded, stupidly unbelievable regeneration ability. Josh my artist told me, he reads a lot more comics than I do, more often at least. But he told me that, yeah, at one point Wolverine was like dissolved down to one atom, and he was able to regenerate from that. How? Come on. That's stupid. Give me a break. That's just ridiculous. No, the big problem that I've always had with Wolverine is the fact that Marvel wanted everybody to just love him. And you could see that in the fact that he was on... If you walked into a comic book store when, Wolverine was having his heyday, if you walked into any comic book store and you went to the Marvel section, I guarantee you, half of the fucking books are going to have Wolverine on the cover. Punisher? Hey, look, there's Wolverine. X-Men? Of course. X-Factor? Sure, there he is. Fantastic Four? Why not? The Avengers? Hey, there's Wolverine in the back. Come on, man. Enough, okay? Just, it's okay if he just lives in the X-Men universe. I mean, obviously there's going to be crossovers with all the other, teams and shit, but still. Does he have to be fucking everywhere at once? Does he have to know everybody on the planet? Come on. So that was always the problem that I had with Wolverine, was the fact that it wasn't that he was so great, it was that Marvel wanted you to think that he was so great, because they were just shoving him down your throat every damn chance they got. So I don't care for Wolverine, if for no other reason than that. So sorry, that one took a little while to explain, but we're moving on. Lundari Girl says, are you guys going to do a meet and greet in Yakima? I don't believe we are. I'm very sorry about that, Lundari Girl, but I don't think that we're doing that. Wolf, my buddy Wolf, Kyle, who's in Australia, he made a couple of little posts about my Long Beach Comic-Con Q&A video. Well, just a video that I put up saying every day in Australia is party day and more food. Okay. Let's see, blah, blah, blah. Dark Ruler 16 said, hey, Chris, are you a PS4 player only, or do you play Xbox One as well? I don't have an Xbox. I never cared for Xbox simply because I never liked the controller. I started off with PlayStation, then I got a PS2, then I got a PS3, now I got a PS4, and I always preferred the controller. It's a thinner, leaner, more ergonomical thing for me, so I prefer it like that. But no, I don't have any Xboxes of any generation. But I did point out, I did answer, and I said you can find me playing under the name Dark_Beast_King. So there you go. Okay, so here's what we were talking about a little while ago when I talked about Funky Fresh saying Power Rangers in Space commentary, please, because Funky Fresh had also put up two other posts several days ago. The first one saying, I subscribe to you, and one day I will get to see that Andros commentary. Okay. And then I answered back and I said, just let me know what kind of commentary you're looking for and I'll get it happening. And then Funky Fresh replied with, Andros, you got to see... Her name is Chris. Andros is a character that does not actually exist. But moving on. Andros, you got to go back in space, man, and talk about the days of the shootings of every episode and tell us what is going through your mind during those days, man. That would be a fun series on your channel. So, you want me to do videos about every single shooting day that I had when I was on Power Rangers in Space? which was 17 years ago, I would say 90% of that stuff I cannot remember. That's going to be a very difficult series for me to do. If it's possible, I'll see what I can come up with, but I'm not really betting on it happening. This was 17 years ago, man. I mean, it's a long time, and I've done a lot of stuff since then, so, you know, I may have a ginormous brain, but there is only so much room. And I'm also humble. Okay, so, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so let's move on to what I was talking before about, way before when I said I got a message from Scott Zillner, and if you don't know who he is, then shame on you. Yes, if you don't know who he is, then shame on you. Double shame on you. Scott Zillner is a man that owns and runs Power Morphicon. You've heard of that, haven't you? Yes, I'm sure you have. And he also has other conventions that he runs, not the least of which is Robo Toy Fest, which that's also a really good one. They're both in Pasadena. I was actually with him a little while ago playing Destiny. Me, him, and his friend Brandon joined up, and we all had a little fire team, so we were playing Destiny for probably 5 hours or something like that straight. I don't know. It was quite a while. Yeah, we were playing the new DLC, or I don't know if it's DLC or if it's supposed to be a brand new game, whatever. But the Taken King, we were playing that, and my thoughts on that: it's pretty good. It's pretty fun. I wasn't really looking forward to getting it just because I was like, I don't want to pay $40 for DLC. But Scott was telling me, he was like, it's not really DLC, man. It's a whole new game. It kind of is. Due to the length of, the storyline and all that stuff. I mean, we've done quite a few jobs together in the game, and we still haven't finished the storyline yet. It's pretty fun. We got, the whole new third subclass. I've been playing as a hunter, and Brandon, in our fire group, he was also playing as a hunter, and then Scott was playing as a titan. So we've all already hit level 40, and I've been playing as the Night Stalker, the brand new subclass for the hunter. And the reason why I keep looking over the screen is because I've actually got it on right now. I'm looking at the hunter subclass thing right here. And it's pretty cool. Yeah, you get when you play as the hunter, or when you play as the Night Stalker hunter. When you play as the gunslinger, you get the golden gun. When you play as the blade master, you get like the crazy electro blade, whatever. But with this, you get the bow and arrow, and it does some pretty cool shit. You shoot the arrow at a guy, and it does like a lot of damage to him, but it also creates this really cool tether. They're the anchor, and if there's anybody else around them, they all immediately get tethered, and they can't really leave that guy's area. They gotta they try to run away, but they just kind of get pulled right back, and you can just keep shooting them and all that shit. And yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a lot of fun. And I don't know, the items they're pretty interesting. They got this whole new system with the gunsmith, where he'll let you use guns, which you can, you're trying them out. You're doing a test run on the gun, just to see, I don't know if it's any good or not. It's kind of a weird system. I don't know really what's going on with that, but it does help you level up a little quicker. All of the armor, all of the weapons, all of that shit that you had before, I would say throw it out, but also don't, because you're not going to be using it. Like, the moment that you jump into the game and you were like level 34 before, you're going to be using green level shit because it's better. It is. It's just better. I've been, like, my guy's wearing all blue level shit right now. I haven't worn that shit in a year, at least. I don't know how fucking long I've had the game, but yeah, I haven't worn that shit in forever. Yeah, he's just wearing all blue level shit, so. But some other cool stuff is, like, now, before with the game, there was, if you were a hunter, you would wear a cloak, and it was purely it was only cosmetic. Now they actually do stuff. It's an armor, so it adds to your armor level. So that's pretty cool. I'm glad that it finally serves a purpose more than just making you look cool. Now there is a reason to wear it, yeah, so I'm gonna keep playing it and see. Like I said, we haven't finished the main storyline yet, so I will do that. But I probably will wait until Scott and I and Brandon can get together again, and we can all just take this shit down and kick the shit out of Oryx. Oryx is the big bad guy this time, father of Crota, and he was the big bad guy before. So, anyways, yeah, the story in this is pretty good. I like the story. And one thing that I've noticed in this game that's actually pretty, I'm kind of surprised, is that well, when you got the game first, before they had this DLC come out and all that shit, if you were a hunter, then your hunter boss, I guess, I don't know, was Cade something, Cade 6 or Cade 66, whatever, played by Nathan Fillion. And if you were a warlock, it was Ikora. I can't remember her last name. And played by Gina Torres. And then if you were the Titan, then it was Zavala. I can never remember the actor's name. I'm so sorry. I wish I did remember it, but I should have looked it up beforehand. But he's a great actor. He's a fantastic actor. But before this shit came out, they didn't there was no character to them. They were just kind of there. You would go up and say, "Hey, I need a job," and they'd say, "Okay, here you go. Bye." That's it. You didn't. I don't even remember before seeing them in cutscenes or anything like that. You would hear them in cutscenes and shit like that, but you would never even see them. But now you actually have cutscenes where you see them interacting and you see their personalities and you see why these three clash and yet still work together. So it's great for a story, if you're like me, somebody who writes stories and shit, it's great to see that because I'm a writer and I like to see good writing. And, if you're going to put three, really important characters in a storyline, have them have character, So I'm glad that they did that. That's really great. Yeah, anyways, so I'm going to end this one here. Hopefully, you guys are okay with this, and hopefully the sound on this one does not come out anywhere near like what it did with the Super Turtle video that we did. So you guys have a good one. Good night. We love you all. Mwah. Shayla's not here. She went out, but I'm sure she sends you all her love as well. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.